Hey guys, so we're back for another stocks by request session. And again, this is where we tabulate, we talk about the top stocks that you guys requested via social media, and we try to analyze them. And as you all know, these videos basically they're not stock picks. This is not a stock picking channel. This is a stock analysis channel. What expectations here that hopefully you get is skill logic that it helps trade the markets with confidence because that's all I want you guys to be as educated as possible because at the end of the day that's what's going to help you win and trade the markets with confidence. And a lot of you like Benjamin Ignacio JDF have been asking for Jollibee. We have Edgar Gulmaticos asking for Vistaland. I just posted, by the way, for those who are watching this and are asking for property stocks. I just posted a property stocks video just yesterday talking about my analysis, my take on how the property sector, how the property market will go. And aside from that, my analysis on some select charts that are pretty much connected to the property sector. Because as you all know, also, when times are not so good, property stocks get battered the most as well. So here's the thing: since Jollibee is one of the most requested stocks every day, we've been getting a lot of messages asking about Jollibee. We're gonna make as much videos of this as you guys are requesting it. But please do note this: from a fundamental standpoint, it really doesn't change. It really doesn't shift. No, how Jollibee's fundamentals are from last week to where we are today didn't really change. Meaning, if they're selling this much, unless there's a acquisition or there's something that they sold or there's something drastic that they would have done, then that's where we would see a drastic move and change in terms of their fundamentals. But from the video that I created last week, the fundamentals are pretty much the same. We could still expect the same things. I guess one of the next checkpoints that when I'll discuss the fundamentals of Jollibee is what happens after April 30, how the lockdown or the modified lockdown will be. How will it affect Jollibee? Will they be one of the first ones opened, or it will take some time before people can start dining in again? But there's one thing that I do know for Jollibee. It's very consistent, and they've disclosed this already that online transactions, online sales are pretty much up. Since of course there's physical distancing, a lot of people cannot dine in with each other. You will expect more and more people to just order online, and that will be a growth revenue for them. So I don't know if, as you all know, they've been selling frozen inventory in supermarkets, etc. But what we do not know is if this will be a continuous business model up until they sell whatever inventory that they have not finished. No, because of course that was a very good move for them. Kesa masira yung inventory nila, it's better that it's moving. That's why this is what I've been mentioning over and over. Times like this is where you see great entrepreneurs. This is where great entrepreneurs thrive. It's easy to make money when the economy is good, but great entrepreneurs are built during times like this, when times are bad. So, how Jollibee comes out of this, either they come out winning or they'll be affected massively. That's how we get to see if they're a really good company run by great entrepreneurial minds as well. Anyways, comment below if you think Jollibee will come out of this well. Comment below if they won't, and if you think they're not gonna do so well. But anyways, since since from the last time I made the video, that's why here's what's so interesting about charts. No, if you look at it from a trend perspective, the trend really doesn't change that quick. And I've mentioned this in older videos. This massive uptrend that started from the early 2009 to up until last year that got broken. It took almost a decade for it to finish. It took almost a decade of it for it to be completed. And that one of the reasons why it's so important also to follow the trend, because pretty much no, if we don't analyze where the trend is, we won't know where the general direction of the market is as well. And a couple of things that I've mentioned in previous videos about this is we're very sure. the Jollibee's uptrend is over. As of this point in time, also, fast forward from the time it got broken last July 2019, from July 2019 to where we are now, it's roughly 8 months. There's still no evidence that Jollibee is moving towards an uptrend yet. What we've seen also so far is Jollibee, after dropping, has formed a solid line of support. Where's the line of support? If you notice it, this is where the bounce was. After the bounce, somewhere near the 90 peso level, it got protected by this former resistance here, former resistance, and it started to break out. So this breakout from 2012, roughly 8 years ago, is now the buying area that as it started to hit here, majority of the people are now actually saying, hey, at this point in time, it's really, really cheap already. That's why they started to buy. So please remember this. There are two types of buyers in the market. One is someone who's willing to buy it higher because they see growth. Another one is buying it when there's a lot of fear because they see value, that they think it's cheap, that they're willing to wait at maximum risk, that even if the stock does not go up for a very, very long time, their risk tolerance can take it, their cash can take it, and it fits their investing profile. And please remember this, that's why we can never judge people on how they trade and invest, because at the end of the day, it's their money, it's their risk, it's their strategy. And those people who bought here, it may look that at that time, why did you buy it? It was breaking down. But for long term investors, what they're looking for is, I just bought it cheap and I'm looking for the upside of where it could possibly go as well. And for those who are asking about specific fundamental scenarios on how Jollibee could go, just backtrack to the previous videos of Jollibee. I mentioned it right there. So as of today, it's Sunday, April 19. One thing is very, very evident. It formed a buying area around the 89, 90, 91 level. For those who attended our Stock Smart sessions, you know that I always would mention that uh, supports are not exact price points, but they're price ranges, because those are areas where people strategically somehow pick their spots. Those are areas where they pick their spots because they know that's a good area to buy. They think it's cheap, or for whatever reasons that they have as well. Now, let me plot in from a long term perspective several resistance areas that we could put here. Number one is, you could see this from a longer term perspective. Number two, you could put this on, and it's pretty much supported by this. Then you can put this as well, and this, and this close to its highest high. Anyways, again, as what I've mentioned, the uptrend is over. We're still not yet reversing, but what we do know today is Jollibee has bounced as it hit the 90 level. And what's interesting about technicals, and one of the reasons why I love technicals, is that it allows me not to project, not to forecast, but just to base things based on how the charts are starting to progress as well. So this is where we are right now. We see the stocks, we see Jollibee bounce from here, break out from the 113 level. If I'll put like an intermediary resistance, I'll zoom in so you see it better. You could possibly see something. Uh, Let me fix this chart there. You could see something that it's forming, some sort of a short-term resistance here. This is confirmed by 4 days of hesitation. It's also confirmed that it's very, very close to the 50-day moving average, which is also a specific resistance level, especially for those who uh, would judge stocks in that accord. So if it breaks out from this, from a shorter term perspective, then it meets the longer term resistance that I plotted out. So what's the longer term resistance that I plotted out? It's basically this. So breakout from the 50-day moving average, breakout from this area, you would basically see it try to attack close to the 180 level, and which is also where the 100-day moving average is. So we have basically a couple of signals that have shown some buying. Number one is the bounce from here. Number two, breakout from the 113 level. Number three, breakout from the moving average. And you also have this showing you that there's a change in direction. But again, the main underlying trend is the uptrend is broken, and if you connect all of this together, you'd basically see this, that Jollibee pretty much is still in a downtrend. The long-term 10-year uptrend is broken, and we don't have any reversal signals yet in sight as of this point in time. So that's where Jollibee is. Uh, Again, what you need to consider is the 50-day moving average and around the 150 level as resistances for this week. So again, this is an optimistic scenario that it breaks out from this, but if it does not, possible narrative is Jollibee starts to retrace and go back to the 115 level. That's why it's very, very important to be level-headed when you start analyzing the stocks that you would want, because it's very important that since we don't know, no one has a crystal ball on where it will go. We just go based on risk management. We go based on how stocks are analyzed based on support and resistance, based on whatever price and momentum oscillators that we have. Because at the end of the day, for me, that's the game. That's why I get to trade, I get to follow uh, technicals and investing, because it allows me to just follow it without really chasing other news sources or other points of information as well. So there. What else can I point into all of this? So just please take notes of this. That number one, for Jollibee, it needs to break out from the 50-day moving average and at least the 150 level for it to attack and go to 178. The distance that we have here is around 18%, and from here, possible retracement also is around 23 plus percent as well. So failure to break this will bring Jollibee close to the support range and will bring Jollibee close to the 20-day moving average. So, a couple of things that you need to remember. Failure to break out the resist from a resistance level will just bring it close to the next support. Breakout from the resistance level will bring it further higher to the next resistance, which as of this time, we have the 178 level and supported by the 100-day moving average. So there, I think I'm gonna make another video after this. Please comment the stocks that you guys want me to analyze, and then we're gonna make one more video. This video is out by 8 p.m., so expect the next one most likely around 9 or 9:30. So it gives me enough time to be able to create the video for you guys. So my request, number one, put in the stocks that you guys want me to analyze. Just put hashtag stocks by request, or if you have any specific questions from this or any videos that you guys want me to make off of this, just put hashtag ask Marvin, and then we're gonna try to make a video off of that. So there, couple of things. If you have not subscribed to my channel, would appreciate it if you could subscribe. I have two channels. The second one is in the description below. If you really want to support financial literacy and investing, it would be amazing and awesome if you could click that to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get updated every time I create videos like this. I just posted a video kanina talking about passive income for life using real estate. It's in the other channel. I hope that you guys see that. Also, for those who want to diversify in the real estate market, and for those who somehow want to learn via online courses, I have two courses. One is in Tagalog with Chinkitan. It's called Stock Market for Everyone. And the second one is an entrepreneurship course with Sean C. Talking about the basics of entrepreneurship and the stock market. Links are in the description below. You can just click them if you want to grab a copy or you want to enroll to those courses. Then I also have a book series. Two links below. One is via Shopee, which because of the quarantine period, we they can only take orders but they cannot deliver it yet. The second one is the online store. The online store, they can deliver via Grab during this lockdown period. Then after, they can start delivering also to other cities around the world. Around the world, yeah, around the world, yeah. So there. So what else I want to say? Use this time. No, it's a Sunday. One of the things that I would normally do is I spend more time studying, I spend more time with my charts, I spend more time researching, so that when markets open, I already have a plan. I spend smaller amounts of time monitoring, and I spend a very, very fast time executing. Because aside, I've been saying this in previous videos, money in the market isn't positioning, but above and beyond that, money in the market is about positioning. It's also about studying, it's also about researching, it's also about doing the due diligence before the market is open, creating those scenarios on what will cause you to buy, creating those scenarios on what will cause you to sell, creating specific areas on why you should buy, why you should sell, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make you money. It's all about your triggers on buying, and it's all about your triggers on selling. Because if you're trading, again, the main goal is to make money from the capital appreciation. Meaning, if your goal and your plan is to make money from capital appreciation, then you also have to note that there's a big chance that it should also go down. That's why it always has to be structured. Every time you make a trade, that you have one buy area, then you have another area where you take profits, but you also need to have another area if you're gonna cut loss. And that's how it is if you're trading. If you're investing, by all means, it's a different ball game. It's a different story. So there, Jollibee, the most requested stock in this channel. If I could probably compute all of the online polls that I've done from uh, LinkedIn to Twitter, Instagram, even in my website, we normally get 5,000 plus votes for Jollibee in a given week. And it's just amazing. That means if I have 100,000 subscribers in YouTube, that means 5% of you guys are voting for Jollibee. So, there. That's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.